Ωραία. Γράφουμε. Hello, Mr. Lyridis.
Hello.
Thank you for joining this short interview, following up our session in SEANERGY workshop, regional workshop. I wanted us to discuss a couple of things regarding your views on the issues discussed also in the regional workshop. First of all, I would like to ask you from your position in the Technical University of Athens, what is the role that do you see for the academic institution like NTUA in the process of the green transition for ports?
For ports, yes. I think that it's twofold. One is a little bit more strategic and more, let's say, facilitating the transition in the sense that they can assist in developing new technologies and through research mainly, new technologies that lead to easier decarbonize, especially ports and vessels maybe, but especially and also for ports. So research is one area. The other area is that they can assist in the application of more innovative technologies. That is, since these technologies are a bit advanced, it may take a little bit of more of know-how in order, for example, to decarbonize through shore-side electricity or some other area. So the know-how on how to apply this and validate the actual effect of these new technologies can be done through higher tech institutions like universities.
That's reasonable. So yeah, I mean, supporting the baby steps also of the transition,
Yes.
let's say.
Indeed.
Okay, that's clear. And do you think that the educational programs and the educational programs of the institutions and the institutions themselves are adjusting in the same pace with the technology progress, and they provide educational content to the students related to the latest progress on green ports and shipping? Like in NTUA, do you have like courses related with electric propulsion and the shore-side charging infrastructure?
I think in that sense, universities are a little bit more advanced than what is actually happening. I mean, we have been discussing electric propulsion for years and also shore-side electricity in theory, at least for years. And we were actually the first ones to build a small pilot application in one of the ports in Greece. So I think the universities in that area, not only electrification, but also in other technologies, they're a little bit more advanced and actually assisting the policymakers and dragging a little bit the stakeholders into more advanced areas, more advanced technologies that have to do with decarbonization. It's not that there is an explicit course on decarbonization, but in all the courses we do, this is something that is very important. And all the technologies we teach our students are related more or less to decarbonization nowadays.
And do you see interest from their side regarding innovative technologies, or they want to focus more on traditional naval engineering and they think that these are too exotic?
Both are needed, but the students are always drawn by more innovative things. So I think it's quite exciting for them how naval architecture evolves.
Okay, that's good to hear. And well, last but not least, I know that you and your research lab, you are quite active in research projects. Would you have something to share with us, like some takeaways, key takeaways from recent research projects that focus on port decarbonization?
In terms of research, I think I wouldn't exactly call them research projects. They're more a little bit more development projects, I should say. I mean, providing shore-side electricity doesn't take a lot of research. More research is needed in the regulatory environment than in actual technical solutions. So, exactly. In that sense, we have been involved with almost decarbonization of almost every port in Southeast Med, from Cyprus to Slovenia, and of course, most of the ports in Greece and also in Bulgaria and Romania. So have been quite active in this one. We were, as I said, in a sense, pioneers in decarbonizing in installing shore-side electricity, the first, as a pilot application, the first small port in Greece, the port of Kyllini. And we have studied most of the electrification positions in all other major ports. We have also been involved in alternative fuels, and there, in terms of research, we have a very interesting project on the using of ammonia on board vessels, which will also entail the cooperation of ports as well, because they will need the bunkering infrastructure, the design of a liquid hydrogen carrier. And we have been involved for many years with all the alternative fuels. And this, of course, requires the assistance in ports. It's not possible nowadays to see a port and a vessel separately. They are part of one system, of one, let's say, value chain that has to do with shipping. And this is very important. So you have to decarbonize them at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And very short comment. Do you think that the island ports can play a role of test beds in a small scale ports, or you think that this is more the mainland intervention we see, and in ports this is not so applicable?
No, the mainland ports are the bigger ports, because Iraq, for example, is also a large port in an island. But the large ports is where it is necessary and where it is easier to apply, because there is a sufficient infrastructure there. However, small ports can become pilot cases, as we did in the case of Kyllini, for the time being at least, as long as these islands are interconnected to the electrical grid of the country, where it's making it easier to use the renewable energy sources to exploit them better. Because otherwise, it's not so easy to exploit them. It's a very closed system. But I think they're good test beds, and they have also the advantage of attacking the decarbonization issue from all angles, not only from shipping and ports, but also from the road and the use in everyday from everyday people in their houses. So in that sense, it is better than a large port. But to decarbonize the port specifically, then a large port, I think, is more suitable.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. LYRIDIS, for this short discussion. I'm sure we'll have more time to discuss in the near future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.